Good morning Year 2, welcome to Wednesday's English lesson. The first thing I would like you to do, please, is write today's date and skill into your catch-up book. I would like you to write today's date, which is Wednesday the 27th of January 2021, and your skill is to group information to create a plan. I would like you to write this in your book now and then unpause the video when you're ready to begin today's lesson. Off you go. Okay, let's have a look at our starter for today then. I would like you to write the contractions for these words. So we've got can not, I will, and have not. So we've got those three groups of words there, and I would like you to write into your book the contractions for those words. Pause the video now, please. Okay, let's see. So the first one then, cannot becomes can't. We've taken away the N and the O in not, and we've replaced it with an apostrophe. And we've got can't. Give yourself a tick if you've got that one right. The next one then, I will becomes I'll. And we've taken away which two letters? Well done, we've taken away the W and the I, so we've got I'll, replaced it with an apostrophe. Give yourself a tick if you got that one right. And have not becomes haven't, and we've taken away which letter? Well done, the O, and we've replaced it with, what's that piece of punctuation called? Well done, it's an apostrophe, okay? Now then, I'd like you to give yourself a tick for every one that you got right there. And then I would like you to have a look at these words and put these words into a sentence. So it doesn't matter if you haven't got them all correct before. Use these spellings here, the correct way of writing the contraction, okay, so the apostrophe is in the right place. And I would like you to put each of those words into a sentence and write that sentence into your book, please. Off you go. Okay, well done for writing your sentences. Today we are going to be beginning to write our plan, okay, so we're going to be writing our plan of our fact file that we will be writing about kangaroos. So we're going to be writing our fact file this week and we're going to be planning it today. To do this, you need to start to group the facts together. So we've learned lots of different facts this week, particularly yesterday when we were gathering our information by watching the videos, and we're going to start to group them together. So I would like you to think back to all of the facts and the learning we did yesterday. What sort of categories do you think we could group our facts into? So what sort of similar themes are there that we could use as categories to categorise our facts about kangaroos for our fact file? I'd like you to talk about this to the person next to you, or have a discussion with a grown-up at home, or have a little think on your own. Pause the video now, please. Okay, so one of the groups that we could have, the subheadings, is their habitat. So habitat is where they live. We could also have their offspring, which is their babies, their diet, which is what they eat and drink, and finally, general kangaroo facts. So these are facts that don't quite fit into those other three subheadings, those other three categories, okay? So now then, I would like you to see if you can remember a fact for each of these categories. Now, if you can't, if you're thinking about this and you think, oh, I can't think of a fact for every single one of those categories, you can always look back at yesterday's learning and yesterday's facts that you've recorded to help you. So, for example, if you can't think of one for habitat, you can always look back over your learning to help you. Okay, so I would like you to discuss this with your partner, see if you can remember a fact for each of these categories and headings, and if you can't, use your previous learning to help you. Pause the video now, please. Okay, I'm sure you've come up with lots of different facts for all of the headings, but the first one then, they live in Australia. So which subheading would this go under? Which group would this be in? Well done, it'd be their habitat, so it's where they live, isn't it? They live in Australia. The next fact I've come up with is their offspring is called Joey, so their offspring are called Joeys. So what would that go under? Nice and easy one, their offspring, their babies, that would be this category, go under this category here. They eat leaves, plants and grass. What category would this go under? Well done, their diet, so what they eat and drink. And finally then, they can swim, which will go under a general kangaroo fact. So a nice interesting fact there. So you are going to have three options today, and these options will be for how you create your plan. So there'll be three ways to group your facts to create your plan. It's entirely up to you how you create your plan today, as long as it includes putting kangaroo facts into the four groups as we discussed. Remember, those groups are on the previous slide, and they're your subheadings that you're going to be using, or your groups. So the first way then, on the website underneath this video, on the school website, there will be a PDF full of facts about kangaroos, and you can print this out if you have a printer. You can cut them out and group them together, okay? If you don't have a printer, don't worry, there are lots of other options that you can do. The second option then, alternatively, you or your adult could write some facts onto small pieces of paper, so you could chop up some paper, or on post-it notes and group them that way. So you could have a little group of post-it notes here, one here, one here, and one here, for all of the 4 groups, okay? And lastly then, the last way you could do it, you could copy the facts into your book underneath subheadings of each group. So you could use those subheadings that were on the previous slide to record the facts underneath. Okay. If you choose option 1 or 2, you can use a glue stick to stick the facts into your book in their groups, or you can take a picture of the groups and then stick that picture into your book. It's up to you. Okay. If you don't have a glue stick, don't panic. Okay. Let's have a look before you begin then, before you start this task and you choose how you're going to group your facts. Let's have a look at our steps to success. You must group similar facts into 4 categories, okay? So there's no point having all the information about the kangaroo's diet underneath their habitat, okay? You must choose the right heading. Discuss each fact with the people around you to decide which group to put it in. You could decide what to do if a fact could go into more than one category, so that's going to be quite tricky if it overlaps. So have a little think, which one does it fit into more? And you might prioritise facts within their group to put your favourite at the top, okay? Or if you get to the end and you think, oh, I'd actually like to think what my favourite is, you could do like we did yesterday, where you just go and underline each of your favourite facts in each of the 4 categories, and under each of the 4 subheadings. Okay, so I'd like you to complete the activity now. Please go and plan your non-chronological reports about kangaroos. Pause the video, please. Okay, well done for completing your plan. Our plenary then today, as we discussed on Monday, non-chronological reports can contain lists. Could you add a fun facts section, and what facts could you include? So I'd now like you to make a little list of some fun facts that you learned about kangaroos yesterday. There were lots of fun facts that we learned about yesterday, and you can always look back at your information that you gathered yesterday to help you create this list. And I would like you to write this list into your book, please. Try and get at least 1 or 2, maybe 2 or 3 into your book if you can. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson and have learned lots about kangaroos again. I know lots of you are really enjoying it from the messages you're sending on Discord, which is lovely to hear. Okay, have a lovely day, Year 2. Goodbye.